Morning, it's me again. Today is Thursday, it's early. I normally start early on the lorry about 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock I have to be at work, so I wake up about 4 o'clock to get to work a bit early. So I was meant to make a video last week, but I had no time to make it. I had a lot of questions. Thank you everyone for subscribing. I had a lot of questions regarding that 8 grand video, which I'm gonna address today, okay? We're gonna try and address that right now today, so then we can just get this thing all done, because there's a lot of questions that come in regarding that. A lot of people that know better than me, and then I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say, and then you lot go what way you wanna go with, okay? Boom. So first thing first, what van do I run? I run an extra long wheelbase Ford Transit. I don't know if Ford Transit high roof, right? This is what the CX describe it. I go high roof so I can carry more stuff that's taller or higher. I don't know what long higher, and also I can also carry more weight than a Luton van. Okay, so it's ideal if you want to carry heavy weight. I can carry, I think, one less pallet than a Luton van. I think that's why I can carry, but I can carry more weight. I know that for a fact. I can carry four standard pallets. Anyway, so that's why we run on our van on the CX. Okay. First thing first, the 8 grand. So we're gonna talk about it because I think a lot of people got it mixed up. The 8 grand, obviously, with that, after the fuel and everything else, and then you're looking around 5k or something, right? Just and the fuel and the driver and all that, you're looking around 5k or something like that. Okay, boom. So what I was gonna say is, yeah, how do I make £250? Okay, what we did in the beginning and what we still do now, that again, people that are gonna argue with me, then that's just the way it's gonna be. We used to co-load a lot, and we still do. Okay, we are allowed co-loading, so we were talking about authorized one. Don't do any unauthorized co-loading because people will complain about it. We are allowed to do, so the co-loading that we're allowed to do, for example, yesterday, I'll give you a quick run of what we did yesterday. In the morning, there was a job going from Guildford. Another thing is we are in a prime area, okay? I am in a prime area. I'm around Heathrow, Hounslow, Slough, and then Maidenhead, High Wycombe. All these places is where we are based. We're right in the middle of it because we are based in Slough, right in SL3. So we go UCH, DHL, the airlines, everything is around here. So we have more flexibility compared to most people, and that's something that you need to keep in mind, okay? In the morning we picked up from Guildford going to what was I going to? Guildford going to Basington on a long wheelbase van, on a long wheelbase court. That was 120. It was 62 miles, okay? Then, you know, the same, but they wanted to pick up between 9 and 10. While my driver started a bit early, I picked up another small van job, right? Just before I picked up this Guildford job, right? Going to the same direction, but obviously about 2 to 3 miles away from each other, yeah, from location. So we picked them up too, and that was £180, okay? The Guildford one had to be delivered before 1:30, and then the small van one was the ASAP one, which we done anyway, and they were happy. Oh, they start leaving good feedbacks anyway. So we go there before 1:30, yeah. So we go there about, I think it was about 1 o'clock. We got there, offloaded. Another drop pinged up, but I already booked it. So another drop pinged up going from DA1, so that's Dartford, going to TN15. Again, okay, no one, if don't kill me, okay? The weight on it was 1.4 ton. It was going 8 miles, okay? I put it on my van, it worked, and I took it there, okay? I don't know if you're overweight or not. I don't know how much I'm allowed to carry, because sometimes I get confused with this. But it was 8 miles, yeah? We took it, dropped it to TN15, okay? And that was 120 quid as well because of the weight. I put it on the description because of the weight. I'm gonna charge that because that is a 7.5 ton job, right? So we dropped it there. Well, that was 120. So So at the moment, how much are we on? Hang on. So we're on. So 180 plus 120. Let's do it. We're on 300. All right. Is it 300? 180 plus 120. Because we picked up the Guildford was the Guildford one was 120. The small van going to the same place was 60, so that was 180. The 1.5 ton was 120 for 8 miles, so we're on 300. All right. So on the way back, it was about, at that point it was about 3 o'clock. There was a job going from Hermes. The guy was cool, man. It was an £80 job going from Hermes back to TW14. I quoted, it was 67 miles or 67 miles. I quoted it 80 quid. Yeah, people's gonna say, oh, why so cheap? Because it was going back to where we live. So that was 380. On 380, if I take away the driver's wages, which is on 8-hour shift now, if I take away driver's wage, which is £80, I'm left with 300. If I take away the fuel, we did about 200, 150 miles, 200 miles, right? Let's just say for the argument's sake, I will take away £80 on that, or even £70 on that, right? That will still leave me with £230. Remember what I said before. Before, I used to run my drivers on 12-hour shift. Right? You got to remember that it's very important. But now it's changed to 8-hour shift, which I like because I have less output, less outgoing. Because these jobs in the CX don't pay straight away, so you have less money, you have more money going out, and then you have to wait for it after 2 to 3 months. But now I have less money going. I have less money on fuel, less money on the drivers, which allows me now to be more comfortable. Which I don't really mind waiting that long because I'm not spending. Instead of me spending £300 on fuel a week, now I'm about to spend £200 a week. You know, so that's the way we do it. Anyway, we're going out. I'm waffling a bit there. But the point I'm trying to make is, we used to call out the lot, and then we still do, with permission, obviously, right? The job from Guildford, like I said, didn't have to get down to 130. The other job was the ASAP one. So, you know, we kind of managed to put it all together and get it sent. You get what I'm saying? And then that's it. That's the way we done it. Yeah, and the same thing we did the day before that, and then the day before. And we just do that all the time. Like I just said, I'm in a prime location, which allows me then to do all of them moves, because it's easier for me to find more work compared to someone that lives in, I don't know, in like Crawley, RH10, because I haven't seen that many jobs going out from there. But if someone that lives in Southampton is going to have the same kind of thing as me, because there's a few jobs coming out from Southampton, I've seen it, or Birmingham, massive, Sheffield and all these places, they have more job coming out of there. I'm even thinking of putting night drivers down them areas, because my sister lives down there. They drive her, and then they can run from down there. That's what I was actually that's what I'm trying to look at now. So based on my calculation I just did now for you, then you understand roughly how we can afford to make 200 to 250 pound profit before. That's the way it works. That's what we work in. So you call loading when allowed, makes everything much easier. You work less, and then you make more money because you're burning less fuel and you're doing 2 jobs instead of 1 job. I don't think it's rocket science there. But like I said, you do it when it's allowed. Okay, don't do it when it's not. Because I got in trouble for the last video they tried to delete. So now I'm just telling you, if you're gonna call load, make sure it's allowed. Make sure the ship allows you to call load it, apparently. Because yeah. But anyway, that's the way we do it. So extra long wheelbase van, call loading, planning in advance. Because remember, when my driver's moving, we're always looking for jobs while he's moving. You know, this is a bit hard for people with the what's the van they're driving? With the with the basic account. yeah, because obviously I don't know if you can quote in advance or not. We got the fleet account which we can quote in advance, so every time when I'm quoting as well, just goes to avoid bad reviews and all that stuff, always put your ETA. It gives you a little tab on the top where you can put your ETA when you're gonna arrive, so no one else can talk shit about, oh, you said this and that. Because before I used to call, and if I'm late and then it becomes an issue, I put my ETA on top at all time, yeah, to make sure that we get there on time. But anyway, based on this video, that's the way we make our money. Mostly is call loading, that's one, good planning, that's two, and I think that's it, isn't it? Good planning, call loading, trying to be there early so then you have more time in a day. Less, well, that's the one. Call loading, good timing, and then find like the drivers, trying to reduce the wage, because most of your wages go through most of your money goes through the drivers. I tried to reduce the wage of the driver because it didn't make sense before. You know, I can do an extra, and then another thing that we changed now, we used to run into London quite often, which I don't want to do anymore. I rather do outside because it's a straight run. I don't have to get stuck in East London, North London. I try not to get them jobs, all right? I just don't want to do it because we just get stuck, and then just because it becomes, your wage goes up. On Monday, it was my driver did 12 hours, which killed me. It irritated me. On Tuesday, I kept him on 10 hours, which was good. On Wednesday, that was yesterday, was 8 hours, yeah? And I was on 240 quid or something, or like that. Take it or leave it, we just talked about it now. That is really good, do you know what I mean? That after I paid him and then paid it, first on 200 sign, that is good. And that's what I changed. I kind of changed a few things on my CX to allow me to do that. And then now I know roughly how to maneuver everything. It might not be great every day, but it's much better than before, because before we were just spending ridiculous amount of money on fuel and on drivers' wages. Remember, the longer they're outside, the more money you make, but then the more money you cough out. It's just for me, I don't want to be seeing that type of money coming out, because we don't get paid at the end of the month. We get paid in 2 months. You know, it's just too much money going out of your pocket now for you to recover in 2 months. So just keep your costs low, and then work it like that. I think that is the best. If I was running my own van as the person that's driving the van, you know what I would have done? I probably would have done local jobs. £50 there, £50 there, maybe 6 of them or 5 of them, and then that's it, finish. But then at the same time, you get stuck in traffic in London, and which you don't want to do. It's just, yeah, you don't want to do that. It's a pain in the ass, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that's the thing. On invoices, yeah, the invoices situation is a joke. Do you know what I mean? I don't even want to talk about it anymore. It's just a joke. I mean, I'm still owed 2 invoices. I don't want to mention the shippers. I just got 2 invoices. Which one of the shippers I don't do work for anymore, even though they're big, but I don't feel like I want to do work for them again. Yeah, that's it really. I mean, that's the only way I can explain it. If anyone has any other question, you put it in the comments, and then we're trying to get back and speak to you about it. But like I said, good planning, call loading, reduce your outlet, your mileage, your outlet, and everything else, and then you should be able to make a massive profit. Less dead miles, all this stuff matters. Then your profit margin is going to be higher. That's just the way it works. If you can't call load, then just reduce your mileage, reduce your outlet in some kind of way, which it gives you more profit. Anyway, on that note, don't let anyone mug you off. I will speak to you next week, hopefully next week. This video was just to kind of just clarify what else we do. Right. And another thing is, we also sell jobs, right? You have to remember that. Try not get your own customers so you can sell your jobs on the CX. You make way more money than you think. Have a nice day. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the carnival. I'm gone.